Hello, Vine friends. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Marie. If you're not, thank you for returning and supporting my channel. I really appreciate that. Today, we're going to be repotting two of my bigger plants that I have in my collection. I'm going to be repotting this fiddle fig. Fingers crossed she don't die on me. As well as my rubber tree. My rubber tree goes outside every summer. Well, actually spring and summer, late spring, summertime. And I have really enjoyed seeing it grow in that environment, because when I got this plant, it was just a little cute little plant that I could just sit on my desk, but it has gotten so much bigger. I actually have had this thing for maybe about 4 years now. And for the last 2 summers, I've put it outside, and that made a huge difference. When I initially got it, it was so tiny that it took a long time for it to start growing. And I actually didn't realize until I went into Home Depot again and saw a bigger one in there that this thing was going to get as big as it is. And it's probably going to continue to size up. So if you have one of these, definitely put it outside in the spring and summer in the shade. Because if not, then it's going to get these burns on the leaves like this one. See that little white mark on there? I really hate that it has that, but look how big the leaves get. They're so big. So I like that. And it was just taking its time by sizing up. So when I put it outside, man, the growth just took off. And then the first summer that I put it outside, I was afraid to bring it back in because I didn't know, like, if I had treated the bug issues or if there were going to be bringing anything into my house. So I actually put it in the garage, completely neglected it. And all of the leaves, well, the majority of the leaves, except for the ones at the top, had fallen off because I was barely watering the thing while it was in my garage over over the winter. And so this summer I put it back outside and it just completely filled back in. Look, these are the smaller ones that have grown in since I put it outside, but it's just constantly, when it's outside, throwing off new growth. As soon as one leaf grows, another one is already starting. So I highly recommend it. I really like the way that it looks, and it is so full and constantly pushing out these new stems with the smaller growth. But I'm sure that when I put it outside again this spring and summer, that these little stems are going to get huge like the rest of them. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I'm hoping that it doesn't get too mad at me for repotting it. I repotted the other fiddle fig that I have in my living room, and it really enjoys being in a self-watering pot. So I'm going to put both of these in the same type of self-watering pot that I have my bigger plants in downstairs. And actually this rubber tree is going to go downstairs with the rest of my plants as well, because there's just not enough room up here in my plant room to keep it. I would prefer to have my smaller plants that I can contain in this room, and have this one downstairs where it can like sit in front of a window and enjoy the sunlight that comes in through those windows down in that area. It'll just have a little bit more space down there. And so I do have this aeroid matrix mix that I got from Amazon that I've potted a couple of my aeroid plants in. And they all seem to like it. However, as you can see, the size of these things, I don't know if I will have enough just with this one little bag. So I am going to be combining the rest of the ingredients that I have on hand um, into potting mix and combining it with this aeroid mixture so that I can have a little bit more and make it stretch a little bit further. So I have this, it was a 5 quart tree fern fiber bag, but now you can see it's halfway gone. So I'm going to just add the rest of that. I'm going to add this Mother's potting soil. I don't know what is in this stuff, but it is awesome. My string of hearts and my string of everything are just growing like weeds in this stuff. So whatever is in there, it's awesome. And then I have some perlite that I have wet, pre-moistened already because I'm indoors. It's too cold to go outside with this stuff. So normally I would be on my balcony repotting this stuff, but it's November and it's cold outside. So I'm going to be doing it in here. And then I also have some orchid potting mix that I'm going to add to the mixture as well. And this is going to be the majority of the substrate that they're going to be potted in. I'm not going to be disturbing the root balls at all. I'm literally going to try and pull them out of the pots that they're in, plop them into their new pots, and then set them in their places where they're going to live. So let's go ahead and get our potting mixture all mixed up. Okay, I turned the camera down so you could see what I'm mixing up here. So let's just go ahead and start with the orchid bark. It's just the regular Miracle Grow coarse blend. And I'm going to add my perlite. And as you can see, just spraying it down before you pour it into your mixture makes all the difference. All of that dust didn't fly out of the bag, so glad about that. And then this is just my little mother soil. You can see how that looks. It's so pretty whenever you use it with the variegated string of hearts because it's so dark. And my last ingredient is the tree fern fiber. There is no rhyme or reason to the amount that I'm adding the ingredients in here. I just eyeballed it and made the mixture like the way that I think that it should be. Just stir it up before I add the next bag in here. All right, this looks nice and chunky. Hopefully you can see that. It's going to be very well draining. And then you can see this soil it has cocoa coir, orchid bark, cocoa husk, biochar, pumice, worm castings, and mycorrhizae in it. So I'm just going to add this to my mix. And honestly, if you were to look in here in this basket, you couldn't tell which one was the one that I just mixed from this one, because it's all so similar in ingredients. And I'm really hoping that this is going to be enough, because those are some really big containers that I'm filling up, but they're already in big pots. So hopefully this will just fill in the bottoms and the sides around the root balls of these two plants. Gonna add a little bit more. And I do have some charcoal that I could add to this, as well as some peat moss, but I don't think that it's going to be necessary because I'm using the tree fern, and that aeroid mix already had what looks like charcoal in it, so I think we're going to be fine there. And this looks like, hopefully this looks like it's going to be more than enough for those two plants. Okay, that's what our blend is looking like. It's all mixed up and ready to go. So let me just push this to the side. And I got these pots that are on casters from IKEA. And this is just going to make my life so much simpler, because these pots are really heavy. So it's just the direction. And I have my other big plants downstairs in these pots, and they seem to really enjoy it. As you can see, they have slits in the bottom, and they have 3 wicking ropes, and they just feed in one side and then down through the other, and then they hang into this little reservoir, and that's how the plants are watered, which is also a good thing, because bottom watering also helps with the spread of fungus gnats, supposedly, or at least I'm hoping anyway, because these bigger plants I don't think will do as well in a pond or leca situation. If you have your fiddle leaf fig or your rubber tree in pond or leca, please leave a comment down below and let me know how that's working out for you. Even if you could provide pictures, that would be great. I love seeing everybody else's collection. So I'm just feeding these little strands through the inside of here, trying to get the wicking ropes in place. So I'm just gonna fast forward through this, because it looks like it might take a little while. That went way better than I expected. Now I'm just gonna fill in around the sides. I love that these things are on casters because it just makes it so much easier for you to move them around. Alright, that one's all done. So, hopefully, the next one will go just as smoothly. Get that one out of the way. Alright, our hobby is such a dirty hobby. I don't know about you guys, but I am constantly sweeping and vacuuming dirt and pond from my floors. All right, let's move on to the fiddle. Oh, this one. This one has been in this pot for quite a while, so I'm so nervous about this one. Plus, you all are probably aware of how finicky these plants can be. It's ready to come out of there. So let me just put some soil in the bottom to get this pot ready for it. Oh no, I don't think I'm gonna have enough soil for this one. We'll see. Ow. No, there's a pretty decent amount in there. Let's see. And I spilled quite a bit of soil. So I'm just gonna put it right back in the pot because I'm a little scared that I might not have enough. Repotting these big plants is not for the faint of heart. Okay. All right. Whew. It looks like we're just going to have enough soil, so happy about that. Looks like I made the perfect amount and none of it went to waste, so that's a good thing. All right. Now I can roll these things wherever I need for them to go and not have to pick them up anymore, because the stake that I'm using for this one is almost touching the ceiling. Okay. Okay, so that's where that one is going to live until the springtime rolls back around, and then I'll take it back outside on my balcony and let it stay there until the end of summer, and we'll start that cycle all over again. But this is just going to make my life so much simpler and easier with it being in a self-watering pot. I don't have to pick it up and take it to the sink and let it drain out and all of that stuff. So I'm very happy about how it looks and where it's positioned, and that's just going to do it for our video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't done so already, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.